Well then, whoo, I gotta say, Kansas City, man. Kansas City seems to be back in action, ladies and gentlemen. They look back in form. Tonight was an incredible game. This deserves to be in the conversation for Game of the Year. One of the craziest games I've seen all season. First, I want to give a huge congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for getting this win. 7 straight wins for you guys. You guys are balling. You're getting back into form. And you guys look like a serious threat come playoff time. Just like how you've been looking pretty much throughout the entire time of the Mahomes era. So you guys are getting back in form. And that's scary for everyone else in the AFC as a whole. I also want to give my best wishes to Donald Parham. He kind of, during the first drive of this game, it was 4th and goal. Herbert went to Parham in the back of the end zone, couldn't catch it, but he hit his head on the turf, was knocked unconscious. He was motionless. He was just on the floor, and it was a scary sight. They transferred him to a hospital. He seems to be stable. We don't know much about that whole situation, but best wishes to him. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully he'll be fine, but yeah, best wishes for Parham. Hopefully he's going to be okay. But, yeah, crazy game. Crazy game. I don't know what to say about this. The first 3 quarters was one of the messiest football games I've seen all season. But then the 4th quarter, all of a sudden, these two teams lived up to the potential of this Thursday night football matchup. Like, the first 3 quarters, they were doing all of the work, but they just weren't writing their names on it. They weren't turning it in. You had the Kansas City Chiefs. Not even the Kansas City Chiefs. You had the LA Chargers get to the goal line. They were at 1st and goal from the 5-yard line 3 times in this game. They came up with 0 points. How does that happen? The Chargers went for it on 4th down 5 times in this game. I believe they were 2 of 5. Oh man, this was one of those nights where going for it on 4th down did not benefit them. It went the opposite way. Kansas City also got to the goal line as well, and they couldn't score. I mean, both teams were getting into the red zone, they were getting to the goal line, but they weren't putting points up. The first 3 quarters was awful. Mahomes had 2 turnovers in the first 3 quarters. He was looking bad. Mahomes, for much of this game, looked awful. Well, not awful. He just looked off. I'm not going to say awful. He looked off because this dude was missing so many routine throws that we know he normally makes. The worst throw he had tonight, it was 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Mecole Hardman gets motion to the left. He's wide open in the end zone. Mahomes sees him. The ball comes, snap comes, he catches it, and he goes too fast because he did not get a good grip on the football, so the throw just ends up going in the dirt. Hardman is wide open. No one's near him. Wide open in the end zone. He throws towards him. It gets thrown in the dirt because he rushed that play right there. It wasn't good. Easily the worst throw of Mahomes' career. Turnover on downs, Chargers take over. I mean, good Lord, man. For much of this game, Mahomes just did not look like Mahomes. Routine throws he makes, he didn't make that for much of this night. Until the 4th quarter, man. Until that 4th quarter. Now, with Justin Herbert, he wasn't the most accurate today. There was a lot of misses, also a bunch of drops, but a lot of misses from him because, you know, they like to take chances and gambles. And a couple of those misses definitely happened on those 4th down plays. It is unfortunate, but he also made some great throws. He made some great throws, some great plays here and there. The Chargers run game was on it today. Nearly 198? It was nearly 200, in fact. So nearly 200 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns from the run game for these guys today. I mean, the running game was just working. Kansas City could not stop the run for much of this. You had Jackson just running all over them. You had Eckler at times doing his thing. Like, the running game was just on it for the Chargers today. So the run game was on point, and they were making plays left and right. Herbert was making plays. Now, there were some struggles here and there from both sides because they kept getting to the goal line and they weren't doing anything with it. So they were coming out with empty possessions, no points. Now, this game, at the end of the day, because it went into overtime, a lot of people are going to be looking at Brendan Staley because all those fourth down calls you guys chose to make, it backfired. The first one, you're at the goal line. It's the first drive of the game. You start off with a 75-yard kick return to start the game off. You're pretty much in perfect field position. You get down to the goal line. It's 4th and goal. I get why you would go for it there. You want to set the tone early on. You're going up against a divisional rival. I was fine with that. However, the second one, I was not. The 4th down call with 3 seconds left in the half. You're up 14-10. 3 seconds left on the clock. You're at the goal line. It's 4th and goal. I did not agree with going for it there. Just take the points. Just take the points. Take the points, go up 7. Kansas City's going to get the ball coming out the half. Take the points, go up 7. Worst case scenario, they score and tie the game. But you don't need to go for it there. There's 3 seconds left on the clock. Just take the points, man. Take the points. I love the aggressiveness the Chargers play with, but sometimes that's going to backfire. And tonight, it backfired. It backfired badly. They easily left 9 points on the table. They left 9 points on the table because they chose to go for it. That's going to look bad when we look back at this game, because it really feels like some of those plays were the determining factors. You can't be at the goal line 3 times. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line 3 times in this game. You come up with no points? That's unacceptable. You can't have that. 9 guaranteed points there, man. Not even 9. It was 12 because the 3 drives at the goal line, they came up with nothing. And then they had another one where it was 4th and goal. They were in field goal range. They could kick the field goal. They didn't take it. So that's 12 points they left on the table. You can't have that. You can't have that. You can't have that. So people are going to look back and say, we love the aggressiveness that the Chargers play with, but at some point, you can't keep going for them 4th down. It's going to cost your team. You had a situation like that against Baltimore where you kept going for them 4th down. It backfired. You ended up getting blown out. Once again tonight, it backfired. You're going to have moments like this. Hopefully it doesn't happen in the playoffs, but at some point, you just got to learn to take the points. I love being aggressive. I love when coaches be aggressive in these moments, but sometimes you just got to take the points and you got to sense the moment. Take the points before halftime. That's all I got to say. But yeah, the offense was doing their thing. For 3 quarters, both defenses were doing their thing. They were forcing turnovers, making goal line stops. I mean, good Lord. This defense was fantastic for both the Chiefs and the Chargers. They were taking full advantage of the sloppy play that was happening from both offenses in the first 3 quarters. They were making stops left and right. Goal line stands, forcing turnovers, 3 and outs. They were doing what they had to do. And then we get into this 4th quarter. Oh my God, this 4th quarter. 29 total points scored between the 2 teams in the 4th quarter. Mahomes goes crazy. Travis Kelce goes crazy. Tyreek Hill goes crazy. What a game for those guys, man. Mahomes was struggling for the first 3 quarters. In the 4th quarter, he goes crazy. He becomes clutch again. That 4th quarter was the Patrick Mahomes we've gotten used to seeing. Like, he just took over. He was making plays only he can make. It was fantastic. Chargers were standing it too. They were making plays. They were going down the field, keeping up with the Chiefs, but nah. At the end of the day, man, Kansas City just came up clutch. You had the Chargers go down the field. You had the Chiefs go down the field. They're down 21-13. They go down the field, get the touchdown, go for 2, and they tie this game at 21 apiece. Then you get the Chargers. They go down the field, score a touchdown. We're about, under 4 minutes left to go in this game. Now Kansas City knows the clock is ticking. It's winding. They got to go score a touchdown. The game's on the line. And what happens? Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, they come up clutch. A 69-yard reception. It was a catch and run from Travis Kelce to get down to the 1. And then Tyreek Hill just finishes off by getting a touchdown in the end zone. And everything just went well for them. Everything just went well for them. They get the touchdown. They tie the game. It's 28 apiece. And there's still 1:16 left to go. Chargers get the ball. They have a chance now to go down the field, kick a field goal, and win this game. Chiefs defense makes a stop. They're unable to get down there. So we go into overtime. Chiefs do get the ball back, but they don't want to test it. They're going to go into overtime. And here we come into overtime. Kansas City gets the ball first, and the Chargers offense does not sniff the field. Justin Herbert stays on the sideline and watches Mahomes does his thing and ends this game. And it ends tough for them because, again, Travis Kelce killed them once again. He ices this off. Walk-off touchdown in overtime. A catch and run by Travis Kelce. He takes it the distance. I think it was a 34-yard touchdown. He takes it the distance in overtime. It was like a shallow cross route. He was running a shallow cross route. He caught it and then just started taking different angles and dodging Charger defenders. They couldn't touch him because that shouldn't have been a touchdown. But Travis Kelce just turns that small play into something big and just takes it the distance. Travis Kelce on the night, nearly 200 yards receiving. I believe he had 191. So nearly 200 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 148 yards receiving and a touchdown. With the game on the line, Mahomes went to his guys and they delivered. And Mahomes came up clutch and looked like the Patrick Mahomes we've seen pretty much his entire career. And the Chiefs won their 7th straight game, and now they really look dangerous in the AFC once again. Whew, man, things got crazy. Things got crazy here. This came down to the wire. This was a game both teams needed because you're fighting for this division, and with this win now, the Chiefs can get some separation away from the Chargers, and it's going to be hard for the Chargers to try and win this division now. They may go the route of the wild card now, which is unfortunate for them, but man, the Chiefs coming up clutch. And Patrick Mahomes in that fourth quarter and overtime showed why he's different, man. I understand that he benefits from having a Tyreek Hill and a Travis Kelce because those are guys that can just make these quick catches and just go the distance. And they showed it in this game, especially Travis Kelce. He showed it in this game. He's got some of the best weapons in the league. I get it. But at the same time, you got to have a quarterback that's good enough to consistently get these guys the weapon. Get these guys the target and be able to consistently utilize these weapons in crunch time. Because everybody knows he's going to Travis Kelce. Everybody knows he's going to Tyreek Hill. And they're pressuring the hell out of Mahomes. They're sending blitzes. They're trying to get to this dude. And he has to buy time. And he just does it the same way he always does it. Mahomes is just something different, man. He's something special. Appreciate greatness. I know a lot of people want to tear him down because they're tired of the media treating him like a golden boy, but sometimes you just got to learn to ignore the media and appreciate greatness. And Mahomes is greatness. Mahomes is greatness. Travis Kelce is greatness. Tyreek Hill is greatness. Appreciate what you're watching right now. Just appreciate it. But yeah, once again, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. 7 straight wins. Oh boy. Come postseason, they're going to be a serious threat. But I hope these two teams meet in the playoffs because this was exciting. The other matchup was close and the Chargers got the win. I hope these two meet in the playoffs because I would love to see a playoff game between Herbert and Mahomes. That would be something spectacular. I hope that really happens. But we'll see what happens. It is what it is. Tough loss for the Chargers, but, they'll bounce back. They'll be fine. Anyway, that's all I got to say for this amazing game. Craziest game I've seen. One of the Could I say craziest? Because those first 3 quarters was something different. Those first 3 quarters was something different. Nah, I've seen my own team come back down 19. I can't say the craziest. So, one of the craziest games I've seen this season. Insanity. But credit to the Chiefs for getting the win. Tough loss for the Chargers, but they'll bounce back. Both these teams I expect to be in the postseason, and hopefully they meet up. We'll see what happens. Anyway, with that being said, that is all I got, and I'm out of here, man.